NDC for one of our leading communicators, Rashid Thanku, or the Nsembia Babe Tuja or parties. You see, this whole election, air question, and nice Babe question, a trap and ya said Emma Dr. Bawumia. In fact, when I heard it, I was shocked. I didn't tell a trap Emma Dr. Bawumia or parties. See, Dr. Bawumia, no, the MPP does not like him. They don't like nodness, okay? But see, now I election, but I will lose, no. Yes, sounds so ye unity chance if an incobiema, Obia MPP for Moto Bedaho, Amagana for you said they don't like nodness, a pure account party. So what Omkotinas, Omko meeting be our Lisa Hotel is a thing. And almost yes, okay. Let us take Bawumia and let's give him one more chance. Ye said the Nekwa Ghana for rejecting. You know, Sanya, the Nekonia rejecting him. Ye big now Sonia Castle, oh, because you didn't acquire rejecting in 10 years in a few. Now, before then, cry, Wako Ts and Semno, and now Sans in some way or the two journal. It is coming at a particular crucial time. A year global info analytics. On also releasing the final predictions ahead of tomorrow on Mupos. Now, final predictions ahead of tomorrow elections, no HSA. Nipa obey winning elections no one touch. Okay, Dr. Bawumia. Into show the whole screen so Musa Dankwa ofi a global info analytics. Also final predictions for Saturday poll according to global info analytics. Also MPP 2026 presidential primaries prediction. Into the biggest percentage here. 57% are Dr. Bawumia and Harvey. And our party said Nipa obey second, Ebe Kenya Japan with 28%. Nipa obey third, Ebe Brani Champon with 13%. Nipa obey fourth, okay? Professor Kwabena Educhum with 2%. Nipa Wankobia and Kwabena Japan with 0%. But then Nipa obey 50 plus 7. I'll be winning election one touch. Dr. Bawumia. Now, since we question Rashid Thanku air party say meeting in Lεaked Pomenyan air party say the news say and now yanum for say pe Bawumia say and the key. But then ye in see changes here near Kofa Brani Champon and Akne Japan. Ye to beda also truly MPP for yempe a year nodness for asem. You could see some a year Rashid Thanku or the tuja a babaka ye beto also.
To get the 38.2. If he is able to succeed, there will not be justification for removing S because he was the leader.
But that's a conspiracy theory.
That is what I'm saying. They conspired. They sat down and did all this plan. It's a strategy. Haven't you seen that all the national officers are lacing their boot to come back again? So what made Roland, on several accounts, I told you that this Saturday election is a cooked election.
How do you mean by it's a cook election?
It's a planned strategy to put Bawumia up as a candidate. The whole thing was planned at Alisa Hotel. And I described them as Alisa Group. They sat down and planned this strategy.
Alisa Group?
Yes, Alisa Group. That's where they planned this thing. That let's put Mahmoud Bawumia as a candidate in order to sustain ourselves as executives of the party. Because you cannot go and get some 38.2% in an election and expect the broad base of the party to still let you lead such a group. MPP is a strong, formidable party that I know from 1992 when they started. In fact, they were given a run for our money. Look at what they did to us in 96. They were not part of the parliament of 1993. They were outside, made noise, organized themselves well, and got about 66 in 1997 parliament. Now, these 66 members struggled with us in parliament and made sure that we lost the election 2000. That was how formidable the party was. Now, this party started going down the drain when President Kufuor advised them against electing somebody who is full of tension. And they refused. And elected somebody who was full of tension.
Who is the tension person?
Oh, it was a statement from President Kufuor then. That was 2007. I'm sure the video is around, where he was saying that they should make sure that they elect somebody who is not full of tension, who will bring the party together, who will not make sure that the party would say...
That famous video.
That famous video is there. And what happened? At the end of it, when they elected somebody, for the first time, they started sacking leadership of the party. A national chairman was sacked. The general secretary was sacked. the first vice chairman of the party, national, was also sacked. You see, that's the tension the President Kufuor was talking of. Now, with all these things, now look at where the party has reached. That is what the man was talking about, the problem. Now, this Elisa group sat down and realized that, look, we perform badly. Now, if we should say we should go and reorganize the party from the branches, they have what they call polling station executives. And then come to constituency, to regional, all the current executive, they would have thrown them out. If you're a serious political watcher and an activist, you would not return somebody with 38.2% back into the race. They would have thrown them out. So they adopted the top-down approach. Let's put a presidential candidate, since he's the one who led us to get the 38.2. If he is able to succeed, there will not be justification for removing us because he was the leader.
But that's a conspiracy theory.
That is what I'm saying. They conspired. They sat down and did all this plan. It's a strategy. Haven't you seen that all the national officers are lacing their boot to come back again? So on what basis, if you put Bawumia there as a candidate, on what basis would you want to remove their general secretary or the organizer or all the officers who were elected, who supported him to get the 38.2%? That is the strategy. That is the plan. And they've succeeded in that. In coercing all this, because that if you look at the current National Executive Committee of the party, it's full of the Bawumia group, which are known as the Alisa people. So they judged except no, there was no opposition to it. Who does that? This is a novel. This is the first time they have started that. And you see that the other four candidates are playing along. I've been saying that they are playing along because they know the 2028, they will lose. And then so that they will still be relevant in the scheme of things. If they don't play along and chicken out and don't contest this one, how are they going to come back after 2028 to convince the broad base of the party that after Bawumia, I should be the best person to lead the party? The only thing is to play along with them. And that is why they are playing along. The four of them, they know they can't beat this man with this election that they are going.
But have you monitored the messaging? What's your own views on the messaging from all the individuals, whether it's Dr. Mahmoudou Bawumia, Kenny Japong, Brian Champong, or Educhum, and then also Engineer Japong?
Look, what message are they giving to them? You are giving a message to a group that has already made their mind. It's the same group that brought Bawumia into this. It was a chorus. And now you are going back to tell the same people, now they shouldn't vote for him. Don't forget, the people that you are asking they shouldn't vote for, they are all part and parcel of the group that led them to get 38.2%. So what are you telling them? If you go and stand before them, like, you see, Brian, I like his message. He's trying to look at numbers. He's always telling about numbers. That if you look at the numbers and all that, it doesn't speak good for Bawumia and all that, if they should bring him back. He's talking about numbers. Are you getting it? But interestingly, the people you are talking about, the people who brought those numbers. Are you getting it? They are the architect of the numbers. They didn't do their work well, and that led to that number. And you are telling them, it means you are blaming me and asking me I should vote for you. That is what he's doing. So it's not resonating to the right persons. If they had elected branch executive, elected constituency executive, and regional, that message would have resonated well with them. Because the new people who are coming in,
area.
Yeah, electoral areas, it would have resonated. Because they would have seen that, but this number, these people actually, but it's not good numbers. We shouldn't bring Bawumia back again. Because he's not the person who can do it. But you are talking to somebody who brought that number. So invariably, you are condemning him and still want him to come and vote for. That's why their rating is not going up. But I can tell you, the four of them know very well that this election, they are going to cook it for Bawumia come 31st. But Bawumia will ultimately lose the 2028 and they will come back. At that time, he will not be back. He cannot even come near the party to say they should bring him back after 2028 again. By that time, you will see Brian and then the Kennedy Ajapong and then Engineer Ajapong. You see, by that time, they will be, because if you look at Educhum, it appears...
You're making a claim that he's being shepherded to go off the political scene.
Of course, that is the plan. That is going on. It's a strategy pushing him out completely.
Therefore, in some way and I just say Rashid Tanko or the two just say a baby eba be boom. Na sa ben no a strategy yanom for quickly to take a Bawumia out. But Bawumia you know, it's not actually seeing this thing as onhunesa. But then one thing in life is that you have to take everything serious, especially be our opponent, but can be no. I was so fun is serious. You shouldn't downplay it at all because anything can really happen.